Hi, it's Camilla. I'm doing another video. It's been over a month since I posted one, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one. The topic of today's video is, what is it like to be transgender? From my experience, it's not any different than a normal cis person's life. You go about living your life and continuing about your daily affairs on a daily basis. What is it like? I'm years into my transition, so I've learned to blend into society, had cosmetic work done, and have focused on my, growing hair out, growing breast, and things like that. And I think it's important for people that are transgender to realize that it doesn't happen overnight. So what would you expect your first year or two to be in transition to be like? Well, for me, I noticed for myself that my first few years was a difficult time for me to blend in with society. I hadn't had my facial hair removed. I had to shave twice a day, and I'm not wearing any makeup. I had to wear makeup all the time. I still love wearing makeup, don't get me wrong. Still love painting my nails. But there's a lot of things in early transition that you have to focus on, just to blend in as much as you can. So what is it like to be transgender? It's like blending in. You want to be accepted in society as the gender that you identify as. So that can mean a variety of different things for different individuals. And as I always state, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist. I can just give you information from my own transition. My transition has been going on for a long time now, many years, more than I count on my hand, and working on two hands pretty soon. I think like the whole transition has been a wonderful process for me, and it's allowed me to express myself. So what is it like to be transgender? It allows you to be yourself. It allows you to be who you want to be and who you feel you are. So you feel more true to yourself. And that's something I definitely can say that I have learned to feel and accept as my, feeling my true self. How was society treating me 8 years ago? They treated me like a man in a dress, and I didn't care. For me, my ultimate goal was to get where I was not treated like a man in a dress, and I wanted to be accepted as a female. And as years passed and different procedures I've had done on my face, different things to feminize me, I have noticed a lot of changes in the way society perceives me. I notice men hold doors for me everywhere I go. Men will get out of line to let me go ahead of them at the grocery store or at the convenience store. Things like kind gestures that men do for women. And I've noticed that that's a nice thing, and I enjoy the compliment. I would suppose I would take it as, I enjoy blending into society. What is it like to be transgender? It's hard. It's not something that I think anyone wants to be. It's not anything that someone chooses to be. Excuse me, I have to cough. But it's something that we have to deal with as trans people and being ourselves. For me, what is it like to be transgender? It's wonderful. I'm happy. I'm free to be who I am. I'm free to put on whatever dress I want, and I'm free to have the body that I want. I'm free to have smooth skin. I'm free to have pretty face, long hair, breast. If I wear light colored shirts, I have to put these over my nipples because my nipples, my areolas will show through light colored shirts, and I'm a C cup. And that's something that I'm happy about. I don't think that I will have breast augmentation. I'm very comfortable with my breasts the way they are. There's certain things that you'll find you're comfortable with and certain things that you're not comfortable with. Maybe it's a certain feature on your body. Maybe you'll get a surgery later on in your transition to help you alleviate that dysphoria. With that being said, it's important to alleviate your dysphoria and focus on setting goals, whether it start out with facial hair removal for a male to female or growing out a beard for a female to a male person. Both of these situations help the person identify better with who they really feel they are internally. What is it like? Sometimes it's interesting, and especially in early transition. In later transition, like I've been to the hospital, they ask you, when was your last period? When was this? When was that? Everything about your reproductive system. They have no clue that I'm a transgender woman. And that, validates that, yes, I'm accepted as a female. And I finally reached the point of passability. That, I think, was ultimately my goal when I set out on this journey 10 years ago, was to achieve passability. So for me, passability is something that's important. What is it like to be transgender? It's important for some people to pass, and for some people it doesn't matter. I don't know what it's like for those people because I cannot empathize or relate. I always strove to be presented and be accepted and be noticed as a female. That was important to me personally. And everybody's experience is different. Transgender is an umbrella term, so you have non-binary people who aren't really concerned about passing, or they're not really concerned about those issues. And some trans people don't care where they go with their transition as far as how they look. They may never get a facial surgery. They may not even get their facial hair removed. Or if they're female to male, they may not be concerned with facial hair growth. What is it like to be transgender? Well, for us as a category or a group of the population, we're discriminated against. We are hated on. We get nasty messages from people. If we disclose that we're trans on a dating profile, you can expect to get a lot of hate mail. If you don't disclose it and you pass, you'll get tons and tons and tons of messages from men wanting to go out with you or have sex with you. And one thing that I don't like is being trans as being perceived as a sexual object. That's not something that I like, and I try to break that boundary and just blend into society as a normal person, because really, ultimately, we're all just people, and we're all trying to function and survive and live our lives in this chaotic world. Is it chaos to be transgender? Yes. Is it a choice? Absolutely not. Is it something that I had to do to make my life better? Absolutely. I can say that I'm really happy with where I'm at in my transition and all of the joys and beautiful things that have happened to me, having a father-daughter relationship. And what is it like to be transgender? You lose family members. Was very close with a cousin that was very dear to me. She's not on talking terms with me, and that breaks my heart. But I have to move on, and if I'm not valuable to you, or if I hurt you because I took away my former self from you, I replaced you with who I am now. And I feel bad for those people who reject me. But that's their choice, not mine. I'm always open to be there for them if they choose to be my friend again or my family. I've had a very supportive parents for me. That's been wonderful. Transition isn't easy. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of power inside you. You can't give up. And you always have to be focused on meeting certain standards and working towards your goals and achieving those goals, whatever those goals may be for your transition. If I was to start all over knowing what I know now, I would have gone about things a little bit differently, but I would honestly say I would probably do the same thing over because that's who I am and that's my story. My transition is everything to me. It's my life. I love it. I love who I am, and it's allowed me to be free. And what is it like to be transgender? It allows you to be free. It lets you be whoever you want to be, and that's all that matters. I appreciate your time, and thank you for watching my video. If you would please subscribe so I can keep making these videos. I want to help reach out to the transgender community that is just beginning their transitions. There are a lot of people who have just started and they need support. And these videos that I'm making now are the same type of videos that I watched when I first started my transition. I wish you all the best in your transition, and thank you for watching my video. Once again, I really appreciate it, and good luck in your transition. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Bye.